Okay, good morning everyone. Today we'll see kinds of graphical menus. The best kind of menu to use in each situation depends upon number of factors. So what type of menu we have to use, so that depends on n number of factors. So the following must be considered whenever you are going to use any kind of menu. So these points are important. That is, number of items to be presented in the menu, how many items we can give in the menu, and how often the menu is used, and how often the menu contents may change. So these three things must be considered whenever you are going to use any particular menu. So we are discussing kinds of graphical menu over here, right? So menu bar. So proper usage, that means what is the intention of the menu bar? To identify and provide the access to the common and frequently used application actions that takes place in the wide variety of different windows. That means the main intention or aim of using the menu bar is to identify and provide the access to the more frequently used application actions. The user is going to perform which actions more frequently in the application. All those choices have to be provided in the menu. So for that purpose we are going to provide the menu bar. So advantages of menu bar: having a menu bar, what all advantages it is going to provide? So menu bars already you know that, because everywhere in whichever format or whichever file we open, whichever application will open, almost all the applications will have one or the other menu bar. So most commonly used menu bar, at least one menu bar will be always displayed over there. So what are the advantages of menu bar? The first thing is they are always visible and they are reminding the user that they are there to help them. So second is easy to browse through. So if any choices have been provided, suppose if you want to do save, so you know that it is available under file, you will go to file and you will click on save. That means easy to browse, the option. That is another advantage of having a menu bar. And they are easy to locate consistently on the screen. So always they are available, and most of the time they will be on the same location, consistent location. They are not going to change. See, suppose our regular menu bar, as we know, first comes file, then comes edit, then view, then display, like this. At the end help will be there. So always they are in the consistent place. That means file, after file, edit will be there, I know that. So always they are available in the consistent place. That is another advantage, consistent place on the screen they are available. And usually they are not going to acquire much of the screen working area. So they are not going to consume too much of the place on the screen, which is our working area. And usually they are not going to obscure the window or dialog boxes. And they allow for the use of keyboard equivalents also. So whenever you want to select any option in the menu bar, suppose file, I want to select, file is a menu bar item, so control F, alt F. So these shortcut keys are always available. So alt F I will do for that. So shortcuts are always available to select the menu bar items. So advantages: always they are visible, reminding the existence of them, easy to browse, always they are in the fixed place in the screen, they are not going to consume too much space of our work area, and always they are accessible through the keyboard also. Disadvantages: they are going to consume one full row of the screen. See, at the top, one complete row will be there dedicated for the menu bar. So they are going to consume one complete row on the screen, and they require always looking away from our working area. Suppose I am typing something, suppose I am in the Word application, I am typing something, I want to save or I want to do something, means I have to look away from my workplace, and then I have to look for file, and I have to change my site from my working place to the menu bar item. So they always require us to move our site from the working area to other place, that is to the menu bar. And they require moving the pointer also from our working area. I am typing something, I have to move my cursor from my working area to the menu bar item. So they require moving the pointer also from the working area to the menu bar. So menu options are smaller than the full size button. Suppose compared to full size buttons, they are small font. So selecting will take a certain time. So that we can take it as a disadvantage. and their horizontal orientation is less efficient for scanning. See, file, edit, how they are arranged on the screen from left to right, or the horizontal orientation is there for them. So horizontal orientation always limit the number of choices that can be displayed, because horizontally oriented things are there, so only one row. So anyway, these disadvantages can be come over by using two rows. If the choices are not going to fit in a single row, we are going for the second row also. So disadvantages, they are going to consume one full row, they require you to look away from the working area. For pointing also, they require you to look away from your working area. Small size font is there, which makes you to select a longer time they will take, so that time consuming, we can say. Their horizontal orientation is less efficient. These are the disadvantages of menu bar. Then display. So all primary window must have the menu bar. So how to display the menu bar we are discussing. All primary windows must have the menu bar. All menu bars must have the associated pull down menu. So for every menu item, pull down menu must be there. See, file, when you click on file, always a pull down menu appears. When you click on edit, always the pull down menu appears. Whatever items you are specifying in the main menu bar, so all of them must be associated with the pull down menu, and at least two choices must be there in the pull down menu. So providing a pull down menu and providing one item is meaningless. So at least two items must be there in the pull down menu. And do not allow the user to turn off the display of the menu bar. There should not be any choice for the user to turn off the display of the menu bar. That means always the menu has to be displayed on the screen. Always it should be displayed and it should be visible to the user. If all the items in the associated pull down menu are disabled, see, once file is there, under file a number of choices are there, all the choices are disabled, then there is no meaning in providing the menu item. So better you disable the file itself. Suppose under file 5 options are there, all the choices have been disabled, then better you disable file itself. So instead of going to file and searching through the options and none of them are available, none of them are active, all are deactivated, so it's totally waste of time for the user. So if that is the case, if all the options have been disabled in any of the menu bar item, better you disable the menu bar item itself and display the disabled item. How we are going to differentiate? You might have seen in many of the applications, cut copy doesn't work, copy paste doesn't work. So in that case, it will be made gray color, right? So it will be made dim compared to the other options which are active or which are available. So that is how you can differentiate between enabled or disabled. So that particular choice is enabled for that particular application or not. If it is enabled, so regular whatever color will be there for the other choices, that will be there. If any of the choice is disabled for that particular application, you have to dim the color of that particular choice, or else you have to gray out the color of that particular choice which is disabled for that application. Next, location. Where is the location of the menu bar? So position the choices horizontally over the entire row at the top of the screen. Your menu bar appears at the top of your screen. At the top of the screen it appears and all the choices are arranged horizontally. You might have seen that. File, edit, file, edit, display, view, help. So whatever options are there in the menu bar, they are displayed horizontally. So if large number of choices are there in your menu bar, then it requires more than one row to be displayed at the top of the screen. So that is the location of your menu bar. Then coming to title. So title for the menu bar. So in menu bar itself don't have any title. Whatever will be the title of the window, that itself will serve as a title for menu bar. Then item descriptions within the menu bar. So menu item description must clearly reflect the kinds of choices available that are associated with the pull down menus. So whatever title you are giving in the menu bar, that menu item itself signifies the purpose or available choices under that. Suppose edit. So edit should signify the choices available under that. So editing means, suppose if you want to edit any of the document, what we can do? We'll cut, we'll copy, we'll select something, we'll deselect something, select all, deselect, cut, copy, paste. These options will be there for editing. So that means The edit should signify that these options will be there. Whatever is required for editing the documents, all options will be available under edit. So in that way you have to describe the choice, or item name should be in that way. The menu item description must clearly reflect the kind of all the choices available under that particular item whenever the pull down appears. So menu item description will be the titles for the pull down menus. So whatever menu item description you are giving, that will serve as a title for the pull down menus. So as I said, copy, paste, cut. So for all these pull down menu, the edit will serve as a title. So edit can be taken as a title for the pull down menu associated with that edit. So how to name the edit? So use the mixed case letters, that means uppercase and lowercase combination can be used to name that menu item. So single word choice is preferred whenever it is possible. Menu item description should be single word. See, you can see that file is single word, edit is single word, view, help, so all are single word. So do not display the choices that are never available to the user. So if that particular choice is not at all available to the user, better not to display that in the menu bar. So drop out that from the menu bar itself. Orientation. So follows the standard platform of orientation schemes which exist, that is place the application specific choices where they fit best. So order the choices always from left to right. So left to right you have to order the choices. So most frequently used choices, which is most commonly used, so that particular choice has to be placed at the leftmost. Thereafter next commonly used choice to the next of that. So in that way, so most commonly or most frequently used choice has to be placed at the leftmost. So thereafter, depending on their usage, you have to place those items in the menu bar. So left justify the choices within the line. So whenever choices can be locally grouped, if it is possible to group the choices, then provide the visual logical grouping can be done. Logical grouping of them can be done. So help, usually the help has to be highlighted. Always it will be located at the right side of the menu bar. In the menu bar, in the rightmost corner, you have to provide the menu item help. So help has to be right justified. You can see over here in the menu bar how the items will appear. File, so that means most commonly used choice this is, that is why this is being placed in the leftmost corner. After that, next commonly used or next frequently used is edit. So in the order of their usage, they have been arranged in the menu bar, and help is been arranged to the rightmost. So coming to layout, so layout we'll discuss in the next class.